Listen, do you like my new tagline?
Okay, what's the new tagline?
Rather interesting people. I think that's what I want us to go with, outside of just family, friends, and fake.
Okay.
So hear me out. So rather interesting people, meaning, that's first of all, that's who we are.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the podcast is about. But also, that's who we have on the podcast. There's
True.
interesting people that are around us.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna go with that. I like it.
Okay. We can make it work.
I feel like she don't like it, bro. I feel like she don't like it. If you don't stop looking right here, the camera up here.
Okay, I always look here. What's the difference? I always look there.
Anyway, you ready?
I'm ready.
What up, though? Welcome to another episode of Taking the Staige. I'm the math guy, Steve. This is
Paige, baby.
Paige, babe. Okay. Paige, babe, what's the news of the day?
The news of the day is like, for real, we made it. Today was rough.
Made it through another one, boss.
About to say. Because, like, these kids.
These churn. They're right.
Churn.
These churn.
Well, no, it's like, you know how you have some days that they go fast, but they feel like they have been dragging on.
Yeah, I feel like it's a day and a half, 2 days worth.
Yeah. That's what today was like.
Yeah. Yesterday, today. It's just, well, especially because, okay, so we're back into school.
Full swing of things.
Mm-hmm. So you're in school, in law school. I'm teaching extra classes this semester.
And even this week.
And just this week, I took over someone's class because they got COVID. So I'm taking over their class, and it plays with my office hours, which is where I would normally grade. And I got to find, or where I normally do other stuff. So I got to find spaces to do that. So it's been a long week so far, but yes, we made it so far.
Making it happen. That's what you have to do. That's the point. It's life.
Shout out. Shout out moms, by the way. Because she just started back this week helping us out. Your moms. Helping us out, coming on twice a week just to help the children. So
yes.
Which I know that's a wear on her. So, all right. So, anything else before we start?
I don't think we have any other news.
Oh, fantasy draft this week. You know what I mean? About to destroy these boys again. You hear me, son? I got my own league.
First of all, I always end up in like top 3 at least. You never even make it to the championship.
Okay, first of all, you don't have to say all that on the podcast. All right, I've been to the championship twice in my league. Thank you very much. Came in second twice. Anywho, never won the championship. But you haven't yet to win the championship either in our league.
Well, not the championship. You never make it to the playoffs.
Either I make it to the championship or don't make the playoffs. It's like every year is one of those two. It's very drastic in my results. But anyway, okay, so. What I wanted to talk today about is, recently some famous people that we know have passed, and this is not going to go dark. Hold on, that's not what I'm
what?
That's not going to this. Hold on, hear me out. So, I wanted us to talk about if it was. I'm trying to move the screen over. Hold on.
I'm so confused. What's the topic?
If it was our last week on Earth.
Oh, this is so morbid.
It's not morbid. Okay, so this is a celebration version. Okay? We're trying to see what would you do in your last week on Earth.
And you said you didn't want to give me time to think about this. My last moments on Earth.
That's the point.
You don't want to give me time to think about it?
No.
Wow.
If you just found out just now, it's going to be your last week on Earth. You just found out just now.
Oh, like Don't Look Up?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Well, at least they had like 2 weeks or something like that.
So, that's not the name of that movie.
Don't Look Up? Yes, it was. With the girl from Hunger Games.
I know who's in the movie, Paige.
Oh.
First of all, you named the secondary character in that.
No, I did not.
Leonardo DiCaprio is the main character.
Oh, I thought you meant Hunger Games. I'm like, she was the main character.
She's the secondary, she was actually famous. I forget her name.
Her name was Katniss in the Hunger Games. I was a huge fan of the Hunger Games.
I bet you call her Katniss first.
What is her name? Jennifer something.
Lawrence,
yes.
I'm about to say, wasn't she nominated for an Oscar for the movie she was with the dude from Hangover? Main dude from Hangover.
Yes, Bradley Cooper.
And her and Bradley Cooper had a
movie. When they were dancing.
Yes. And she was nominated for the
movie.
I know, but it was a good movie, really good movie.
Ew.
Anyway, you know there. Yeah, that's the name of that movie. Don't Look Up. That's why he said it.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that was okay. Well, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry was in it too. He was barely in it. But
he was.
He was like just an actor in it this time. Neither here nor there. Yes, it's last week on Earth, and just how do you spend it? That's the point. That's the point of this episode. So I have a few things while you're thinking. Since I know your brain is going, don't search too hard. Okay. All right. So,
well, that's why it's all zoomed in like this.
Yeah. So what do you do? Okay. First, my question thinking about this is, okay, how is this your last day on Earth?
What you mean?
So, or how is this your last week on Earth? How is this happening?
Like, is it the last week of Earth period?
So that's the thing. Sick? That's what we have to consider. We're going to consider all of it. Exactly.
Freak accident?
Well, all of those. I have all of those written on here. Yes. Whether it's so we have to consider: is it your last week on Earth because you're dying from some illness that you know you will die in 7 days? Okay, so we don't have to consider that one if you don't want.
No, or I don't consider that
or we can consider it's the last week on Earth because the Earth is about to end.
Okay.
Or we can consider it's our last week on Earth because we found out that someone's going to kill us, murder us in 7 days. We got a hit out on us, and we got 7 days to live. So we can consider all
I
of
feel
these
like
options.
I'm gonna be prepping too much in those 7 days. I'm gonna go with the Earth ending because at least, sorry y'all, but everybody gotta go with it.
Everybody gotta go with it. If she gonna go, she want everybody to go.
And conceptually, it would be painless because imagine if everyone had to be like wiped out.
So it's not painless.
Relatively.
How?
It could be.
Okay, what pain are you referencing?
Do you know how many people there are on Earth?
What they gotta do with your pain?
It could be very quick. Like in the movie.
Paige, what does that do with your pain? Your pain doesn't lessen just because everybody's dying.
No, I'm saying it would probably be like something quick. Like some sort of like natural disaster or something like that.
You said painless. That's a different word than quick. Way different.
Okay, well, quick.
Okay. I mean, I guess, or everyone could die slowly. I guess that's just regular life, huh? Okay, so yes, we have to consider those things. So yeah, that's the ones I have on here. Earth is ending.
As long as it's not as sick as I've been this last 2 weeks.
You've been rather sick, actually.
Yes.
Without having COVID, which is weird.
Right.
The Earth is ending. Okay, got it. I put Yeshua's return. You know, me being the church
Are you
guy.
prepared?
Are you prepared for Jehovah's return? Because if you're not,
Friday,
deadbeat mother lover. Okay. Anyway, I have to finish the. Okay, I said I know I will be murdered in a week. Okay, so that was the.
I thought that was yours. Okay.
No. Paige, that's the scenarios of why the Earth, or it'll be your last week on Earth. Let's go with that. So before I go on to anything else, what are your ideas on where your mind would be if we're going with this one, right? If the Earth is ending for everybody.
Okay.
Where would your mind be? What would you be thinking about?
And like we know that it's about to end.
Yes. You are knowing of all three of these, any of these scenarios, you know this is about to happen. You just found out today.
I think that I would be very like introspective in the sense that I would be making peace with the situation and probably just trying to find like some sort of like alignment and that oneness with Father being that my last day on earth is now.
No, 7 days.
Oh, 7 days from now.
Yes.
So yeah, I feel like I will be trying to find that peace. And then just making sure I find like some sort of wholeness like within like my family and knowing that we all have to like go through this.
She about to cry.
No, because I'm like,
she about to cry.
I feel terrible because I'm like, I don't want it to sound like I want everybody to go with me.
Sorry, son. You got to die today. You got 7 more days. You only been here. You got 7 more days. Well, that's the thing. I want us to, take into consideration because, life is
yeah, I will
sweet,
find like laughter, like a lot of laughter in as many ways that I can in those 7 days. Because I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be the only one who knew that there was only 7 days left.
Yeah.
So, just finding some sort of like happiness, like not just for me, but like for my kids, like for my family, like for everyone, just finding peace.
Gotcha. Okay. And I think that's the whole point of it, right? It's just kind of, so like I would do the same thing, right? I want to make sure, my ducks are in a row, right? As far as with the Almighty and try to,
Oh, I thought you meant here. I'm like, if everything is being destroyed, you don't need to.
Yeah, I got to make sure my finances are good. Whole word about the end page. No, but make sure, everything is good with the Almighty, with me and Him, me and my Creator. And then also just kind of, like you said, just kind of making the most of the time I have. Which brings me to the first thing I have on here, which is, would you want to visit anywhere specifically?
Probably not.
All the places you've never ever wanted to visit, you wouldn't want to do that in your last 7 days on Earth.
No, because 7 days isn't that long, and I would prefer to have as much time that I have left, 7 days, with the people I would want to be around. I don't want to have to go through any travel. If it's everybody's last 7 days, then can you imagine the turmoil that the world would be in? No, thank you.
But no, it doesn't say that everyone knows this. You said a few people know this, or some people know this. It doesn't say everyone knows this. So let's pretend that the people around you know that's the last 7 days, but the rest of the world is acting normal.
I guess if I could teleport and like be in certain places,
teleport. How you gonna teleport? Why you can't just go?
Because some places take like a 17-hour flight. Why would I want to waste time doing that?
Well, I'm saying, okay, I didn't say you had to go to the 17-hour flight place. I said visit anywhere.
Well, you were saying anywhere. What if the place I wanted to? I don't know.
What place you gotta take 17 hours, please? You going to China? You going to Russia?
There could be a scenario where
I'm asking.
What if I wanted to go?
You want to go to DR again?
What if I wanted to go to Antarctica? You got to get all this clearance.
Paige,
we've
been on this podcast for 40-something episodes. You've never mentioned Antarctica in any of them.
But do you know how cryptic that place is? Like, what if I wanted to see that knowing that I only had 7 days left?
Why would you want to? Ain't no what if in that part of it. That is something you don't want to do. You've never wanted to do.
What if they hold the cure to everlasting life?
Okay, just because the whole episode is about a what if doesn't mean you have to add what ifs onto it. Okay,
you didn't specify. You told me you didn't want to think about it.
You just found out you have to die in your regular life right now.
I told you should have given me time to think all of it through. You didn't want to give me any time to think it through.
I just said it might be a little better if you don't know this one beforehand, because I didn't want it to be a morbid episode. But you're still you, Paige. You know
who I am.
But you're still you in this scenario. So
you can't be surprised.
In this what
Surely you're not surprised by anything. Surely you're not surprised. Fine.
What if you want to visit somewhere like you haven't been? Okay, Jamaica.
That's not that far away. All the people that I want to go with me on a Jamaica trip and it not be some hair pulling out BS that traveling normally is, then yes, I'll take 2 days to do that, and then my 5 other days will be back at home in my space.
Gotcha. Now, BS, she means braggadocious stuff.
Oh, yes. Okay. Many interpretations.
Yes, sure. Okay, yeah. I was just asking just because I know you've been wanting to go places before. And so if your last 7 days on Earth, why not?
If I had 7 weeks, that's different. 7 days.
Okay, anywho, okay. Is there anybody you would want to make sure you talk to beforehand? Some beefs you got to squash, or some conversations you want to have to make sure your soul is right. I don't. No, I'm not saying you have beef with people. I'm just saying any conversations or anything. I just talk to who or talk to anybody specifically, or even talk to somebody that you may not see in that week that you just want to say, I just want to tell you I love you. All right, that type of thing.
I don't carry any beef with me.
Just chicken.
Really?
Ooh,
so no, I wouldn't. Yeah. There is nothing on that side that I would want to say to anyone. But I of course would want to see all of my family, all my people in Tupelo, all my people all over. Talk to all of our friends again. Really, none of it really matters because you're going to be going in 7 days. But just in the sense of still making the most of the time you have.
And like you said, that peace, right? Mm-hmm. That peace that you'll be searching for. So, yeah.
Kind of like when you travel to a city where you know a few people, it's you got to go and see all the people you know. Mm-hmm. Even if it's just for a little bit. Things like that. Yeah. It's I don't really feel like I have any loose ends that I need to tie up in my life, but I would want to see not even certain people, but just all people out here y'all come through. I'm pretty sure y'all know everybody anyway. They'll be having end of the world.
Oh, that was the air conditioning.
Oh, that's scary. Especially when we
talk about end of the world. Both of us look like kids sleep. What the deuce is that? Yeah. But I say, people having end of the world parties and all this stuff. Yeah. We got a kickback for how long? 7 days.
Come through, yeah.
7-day kickback.
Little stuff like that. I wouldn't mind, and then just I don't know. I feel like I'm always very honest with people, so
yeah.
I don't think that there are any last conversations that I would.
You think you've been holding back,
right? So I don't really see a lot of that happening. I would just see more of me expressing more and more of what I always express to people.
Yeah, just you'll be more yourself those last 7 days. Yeah, for sure. Children wise,
I was just about to say that. As I'm thinking about other people, I really would just want to be holding on to my kids as much as I can.
Mm-hmm. Like you say, it don't matter. We all going anyway. Just kidding.
But realistically,
I know,
my last moments would be with them.
I was just kidding. Now, when I meant children-wise, I wasn't referencing the Earth ending for everybody. So I was thinking more of one of these other ones, if we didn't know. I'm sorry, if everybody else isn't dying, but just I'm dying terminally ill, or if I know I'm about to be murdered. How do I prepare for the kids for the future? But we're not talking about that one.
I don't think about stuff like that, no.
Well, yes, you do. You have life insurances. That's thinking about it.
You have to put the plural on there.
Insurances.
First of all,
plurals. I'm
making sure that you're taken care of. If something happens to me, and if something happens to you, or if something happens to both of us.
Okay, but the point is, if something happens, this is the scenario. It's exactly what the scenario is. I don't think
about terminal disease or being murdered. I dream enough about that stuff.
People think that I'll be making these stories up. Okay, here's one of the stories if you haven't heard. In one of the stories, Paige is baby Miley Cyrus.
We talked about that in one of the episodes.
You're right. But some people are just getting on to the episode. So here. Paige is baby Miley Cyrus.
A full baby.
No. She don't know baby Miley Cyrus. She don't see baby Miley Cyrus. She is baby Miley Cyrus.
And I was hiding.
And then she was hiding where?
In the exhaust pipe of a car.
In the exhaust pipe of a car. I don't know what to say right now. Because every time I say it out loud, it gets more ridiculous in my head.
I looked it up and Google was like, does it have to have these terms? Like, you know how it does the strike through?
Okay, no, strike through Miley Cyrus. Strike through, okay, it got to be a strike through the exhaust pipe. Hey, no, wait, that's an actual sentence. You didn't mean to say that. You didn't mean to search that. You got to be the baby Miley Cyrus? Can it be the full Miley Cyrus?
Yes.
No, it got to be the baby one.
She/I had a diaper on and everything. It was wild.
Whew, okay. Anywho, so yes, Paige has very vivid dreams, so I can see why she wouldn't want to think about these things. My dreams just come and go. I don't be remembering most of it anyway. So, okay. Then I said, okay. Oh, that's supposed to say spouse.
So are you answering these after me, or are you supposed to be going?
Well, I'm supposed to go with you, but I'm kind of agreeing with most of the stuff you say, so that's why I've already added to it. I mean, visiting where.
Who would you talk to? I do have one on the who would you talk to.
Okay, but first, so with these, again, I wasn't thinking the earth. I was thinking the last two. Mm-hmm. So, like, visiting where I'd be like, okay, I'm trying to visit as many places as possible with my family.
Terminally ill?
So we can have these experiences together before I go.
What ain't gonna let you on a plane with a terminal illness like that?
No one else knows, Paige. That's the point.
That you have a terminal illness and you're dying in 7 days?
It's a new 7-day one.
What do you think you're gonna look like?
It's a new 7-day one. It's just an internal thing. No one knows except the doctor and us. This is the scenario. All this is hypothetical, Paige. I'm not actually dying, so it doesn't matter. Okay? You're going to be crying laughing, though. You're going to cry.
I guess if you thought you'd be murdered in a week, you could kind of like fake your death already and then assume a new identity.
Why are you always going to add more to the scenario?
What?
You deal with the scenario and then answer the question from the scenario. She don't know how to play the rules. 2 minutes top 5, she just throw the rules out the window. Every time.
I'm giving you a way out. I'm giving you a way out.
These are the 3 scenarios. It's the only ones. Earth is ending. Yeshua returning. I'm going to be murdered in a week, and I know this. Somebody put a hit out on me. Or I'm dying from a new 7-day disease. It's the only 3 scenarios. You ain't got to add a scenario to the scenario. Anywho. But my point is, I was thinking about these last 2 when I was answering the questions in my head. So like visiting where, I would say, okay, we're trying to visit somewhere with my family so that we can all enjoy that experience before I go and my family can hold that experience with them after I'm gone.
Where would you go?
Yeah, Jamaica, DR, even Miami. It's probably places I've gone before. 3 of the 7 days, probably.
Because if you had a terminal illness, technically, you could die in one of those places. Then they would have to ship your body back on the plane at the bottom.
I know it's a 7-day one, Paige. That's the whole point. We have a week.
You know, it's exactly 7
We all know everything is 7 days.
Okay, that's how it goes. Okay.
We can just follow the rules.
Like that movie, The Bucket List? Yeah. That was sad.
I didn't watch the whole movie.
Oh, you would have cried.
I know. That's why I didn't watch the movie. I know exactly what I would have cried probably halfway through the movie. I watched the first 10 minutes. I'm like, actually, I'll watch a comedy. Because I know I'm about to cry.
That's why you like watching stand-up so much. Mm-hmm. So who would you talk to?
Well, to talk to, I mean, again, I don't have any grudges, same thing. I don't have any ill feelings. So, I mean, I you know me. I'm buku loving toward everybody. I mean, I would make sure I didn't. So, I remember before one of our churches was passed, the one we got baptized with, he made sure that he didn't step on anyone's toes beforehand. So, like, in other words, he made sure that he talked to everyone directly and said, listen, if I offended you, if I didn't mean to say any of that. I didn't mean, now he didn't know he was about to pass, but he just made sure, you know, as he's getting old in age, he had that wisdom to know, okay, I have to make sure I'm good with everyone so that if something ever did happen, then we were good. And so I would do that version of it. You know, I used to call people on Friday nights. I used to call people on Friday afternoons. I used to call people all the time just to check on them.
Yeah, you would check on everybody. Yeah,
just make sure that they were okay. Make sure, you know, check on them, see how they're doing, that type of thing. So I would do something like that, but not necessarily anyone specifically. Not anyone specifically I can think of.
LeBron James.
Yeah, if I had his number, I'd probably call him and tell him what.
You said talk to who? You didn't say it in the scope of just people you know.
What would I talk to him about?
I don't know.
I'm about to die. I got less time to
all
spend
of
talking
those.
to somebody I've never met.
One of those like Make-A-Wish. It could be like one of those types of situations.
You do understand we're still living in our regular lives, right? So I'm not a Make-A-Wish candidate.
You could be. A rare 7-day terminal disease.
You know how long those things take to go through?
They could push you through it. Rare.
Then I have to tell them I have this disease, Paige.
Yes.
Now I can't go nowhere. We just said this.
No, you have 4 days, remember? You said 3 days vacation. They could send you on a 3-day vacation.
Children-wise, what I would do is... these last two, I would make sure, my family's okay, stable financially and emotionally and all that type of stuff. So, something like that. Now, this is supposed to say spouse-wise.
Oh, I was like, ooh.
Again, thinking about, I was just typing really quick on my phone. Spouse-wise, again, with these last two, that's what I was thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of make sure, you're good as far as, okay, since we know, as the spouse knows, make sure you're good with, okay, what the steps are next and what, how we can handle it, what steps I can do beforehand to kind of handle that situation. So that's what I'm thinking about. As far as the whole world ending, spouse-wise, I mean, we good, fam. We going out together, you hear me?
See?
You hear me? Now, I can say it on my spouse page. You ain't got to see it about everybody the whole world. She said, see, we going out together.
Like the Notebook?
Oh, yeah. Or like, well, never mind. That's not that movie. I was just kidding. Yeah,
and we didn't even say what age, because...
we said we just found out just now, right now.
Oh, right now. Okay. Right, this age, right? Okay.
So it's not a bucket list. It's right now.
Okay.
Okay, what about spouse-wise? What would you do different, or would you do anything different than what you've already said?
I just think that I would do more so what we normally do, just make it very like us four focused.
Mm-hmm.
And not, I mean, I love everybody. But
what that mean, man? You love everybody. What that mean?
I love everyone. But I would, like, in preparing and knowing that this is the last moment for all of us, I would just make it just centered around us, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really need phones or anything. Oh, that would be sad. Because I'd probably be like, let's have somebody on the computer, somebody on my phone, on your phone. Let's go and get this, the iPad up.
What you mean? Doing what?
Like family members and stuff, like on Zoom.
Oh. We gotta run a big Zoom, that's all. Okay, parents and siblings wise, or even just...
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
Which bleeds into, yeah.
And I wouldn't want my mom to be by herself.
Yeah, true. If the whole world's ending, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, what about if it was one of those other scenarios? What would you do, like, parents-wise?
I'm pretty sure all of our family would want to be around me if I was dying from a terminal disease.
But that means you gotta tell everybody. You're not supposed to tell everybody. It's supposed to be only us four knowing, Paige.
A 1 and 3-year-old?
Okay, just us two, really.
I'm pretty sure you would at least tell our parents.
I guess you're just adding stuff to the scenario, man. You don't know how to play fair.
I don't know how to play fair. I'm being as realistic as I can be.
Okay.
You told me that I can't reach too far out.
Making up your own scenario. Yeah, okay. So we would tell our parents, and probably our siblings as well. Mm-hmm. And so they'd be around for sure. Yes. Probably that whole 7 days.
And it'd be like those obituaries where like, she closed her eyes, surrounded by her loved ones. All right, visitation on such and such.
Hallelujah, amen. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Just kind of surrounded by your family, really. Okay, so this is one I wanted to bring up to make sure.
The kids are going to hate this episode when they're older.
You think?
I think so. I mean, if something happens to one of us.
Well, let's not put that in the actuary page. This is all hypothetical.
This is just like this one time
in band camp.
Really? No. In college. What was I taking? An English class or something like? One of them extra classes that you don't really need. I was taking one of those, and we had to write the eulogy for our own funeral.
Yeah.
And people were in there bawling.
Bawling, crying.
Yes. And it was like the weirdest feeling to me because part of me just like wanted to laugh, like that nervous laugh. But then the other part of me was just like, who would do this? Like, we're like 20 years old. Like, why do we have to do this? And it was during a time where a lot of my family members were like passing away and stuff like that. It's like, they don't even know all of this about my life. Like about my life. Why are they making us do this?
The purpose of the exercise in that situation and in this is for you to remind yourself of life. We take it for granted because we're so moving back and forth so often, so quickly. We're nonstop all the time. It's to remind you of these things.
They made it sound like it was for like public speaking purposes. And I was just like, then the very next week we had to pitch.
You can do other public speaking exercises.
I know, because the next week we had to do like another public speaking thing. And I was like, this eulogy thing was like blowing my mind.
But the reason why you would choose a eulogy is because that is the most, typically, it's one of the darkest times, right? Supposedly. But if you're doing it about yourself, it's kind of also a reflection of your life in general. Hence this exercise page. Hence why I started with, we've seen some famous people pass recently. Okay,
it's just like,
if you don't reflect on your own life, that's fine.
I'm trying to.
Do you, boo-boo?
It's sad.
It's not sad. Because that makes you appreciate life more.
I guess. Maybe it's not sad. It's weird. Like, you know how I always say, I don't want to watch like something scary late at night.
Yeah.
This feels scary. Like I'm going to be dreaming about it.
Well, okay, so this is how I think of it. Like, so one of the things growing up, I realized with people at our church specifically, was that at funerals, we were so comfortable. Mm-hmm. Whereas most people aren't comfortable at funerals. But my church was. Well, it doesn't matter if it was a funeral at our church or not. It was just, we were so comfortable at funerals. And I didn't understand why that was until I grew up and I realized, that's because at our church and a lot of churches, they're comfortable with death because they feel they lived life the correct way.
Yeah, a lot of times, by the time the funeral comes, you've already experienced a lot.
Yeah.
With losing that person.
But even still, you see people who are weird about funerals, or they're just I don't know. I don't know how to express it. Okay, let's put it like this. I'll put it from my perspective. I was never comfortable at funerals.
You're not really that good.
I'm not. I'm not comfortable with funerals at all. And that always weirded me out that people at the church were comfortable. I understand why, because of their faith, because they're comfortable in their faith, they're comfortable with how they're living their life, that they feel the afterlife, whatever that version is, they're protected by it, and that's fine. I was never comfortable.
Sometimes I think that's more of like just what people say. I mean, because there are always certain people in your life where when you lose them, that's just automatically react. Yeah. You react differently.
Yeah.
And we've seen that with a lot of different people in the church.
You're right.
It really just depends on who the loss is.
Gotcha. Well, and like, I'll put it like this. I was never comfortable at funerals, but at my grandfather's funeral, or Papa, I was as comfortable as can be. Because I was at peace with, okay, this is, like you said, the lead up to it, this is what happened. I had to, it wasn't the eulogy, but I had to speak during it. And so afterwards I bawled crying, but at the funeral, I was the most comfortable I've ever been at a funeral.
There's just a sense of like calmness and peace.
Yeah, yeah. And so I think that's what this exercise is supposed to be about, is finding that peace in where we're living right now. And if something were to occur, that's all. Not, I think that's scary.
No, I'm saying it feels a little weird, but I'm answering them from a sense of what would bring me and the people around me the most peace.
Okay, gotcha. Back to the questions. We almost done.
Let's see.
What experiences would you want during that time? And but I remember experiences, I was referencing to like the visiting part. Like, okay, if you want to visit somewhere, or would you want to experience something? I mean, some people say in my last 7 days I want to jump out of a helicopter. Or something exhilarating like that. Or I said some people, not me, not this guy. Anything, like that. The douche you laughing at, bro?
I can't stop that. Experiences that I would want.
What are you laughing at? We're not gonna skip past this. Laugh.
I think I would want a great meal. No.
You gonna tell me what the douche you laughing at?
I want a great meal.
A great meal? Are you gonna go to jail? You about to let me get a leg mignon with some asparagus. I understand it's 11:45 at night, but what the deuce you laughing at?
I said I want a great meal. I would want
I feel like you're doing something. I feel like you're not telling me the truth.
A meal, some other things. I would want the
What's the other things, Paige?
Extra things.
So, the next thing I have on the docket is, let's just go with personal wise. Say with one spouse.
Technically, you would want to feel good on your way out.
So I knew that's what you were laughing at. That's why I wanted you to say it, because it was next on the docket anyway. All right?
You know me so well.
Yes. She said food. Other things. Got it.
Other things. I would want the kids to...
This is going back to experience.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, we're going. Okay. So yes, experiences that I want. I would want to just see the kids at their happiest, like, playing around, like not even thinking anything otherwise. Mm-hmm. Like, no bad feelings. Like, I feel like I don't really try to do that with them a lot. But when they have certain moments where things can be complete chaos in the background, I don't want them to go through certain things that they don't really need to at such a young age. Mm-hmm. And so just moments like that, I would want, that brings me joy to see them being fulfilled in, those ways. Definitely. You as well, I wouldn't want to see worry in you, but you're really good at that. Like, when it's something really bad, you're really good at being, like, very calm. Yeah. In the moment. And then the other things.
The other things. Okay.
I'm grown.
You grown?
Yes.
GROWN? Groans. Okay, all right. Lastly.
Not that being... Wow, I wish y'all could see the docket. I'm looking at the wrong camera. I wish y'all could see the docket.
The last part is, I have on here, church-wise. And just going back to your faith and kind of, death is this kind of negative thing in life. But if we're talking about beyond this physical, we're all going to pass. So what was your, church-wise, what would you be thinking about or kind of focusing on? What would be your mindset there?
In my last 7 days?
In your last 7 days.
I would be, I guess, like, trying to reconcile them as much as I can with not just the church, but more than that, like deeper than that, like spiritually.
Yeah.
Because you never really know what. I mean, we know the 613 that we're supposed to be held accountable for, but you really never really know what's gonna count.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, just I guess getting my mind right and I get repenting as much as I can.
Yeah.
It's not really so much of church, because I feel like a lot of church for us is people.
Yeah.
But just more of like that one-on-one connection.
Yeah, it's interesting because my next message is going to be on prayer, and it's thought to be that the first prayer. Okay, what is prayer in the first place? It's just a conversation between you and the Almighty, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's thought to be the first prayer was because it doesn't say that Adam prayed, but when he covered himself, it said then he talked to the Almighty, right? And so that was a prayer. But the point is, a constant conversation I would be having with the Almighty, trying to reconcile, trying to repent, trying to understand what's going on, but also trying to make sure that you and the kids are good if it's just me going, or if it's all of us going, making sure we're good afterwards, right? So it would be a constant conversation or prayer between me and the Almighty. But I think, again, the point of the exercise is to just figure out a little more about ourselves and kind of dig a little deeper. That's all. I just wanted a deeper one. That's all. It ain't got to be all, joking, funny all the time. Even though I'm hilarious, I know.
You are.
I know. Thank you. Appreciate it. You straight too. You all right?
I'm the funniest person you know. I'm not. Oh, you can at least laugh at that part.
I said you are. I mean, not intentionally, but you're hilarious. I like it.
See how many minutes we have.
We done. We're done. Any last words, Poop? We'll have a funner episode next time.
Well, babe? I really appreciate it. I always appreciate all of our episodes and just being able to talk to you like I normally do, but at least we have it archived. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. You kind of pick my brain a lot about certain things.
You're not gonna have bad dreams. Huh? I'm sorry.
I don't think I will. I pray a lot before I go to sleep.
True, you do
it. I do.
Even though it looked like she'd be already asleep, I was like, I ain't been. I was just praying.
It's more like meditation / prayer, just calming myself down to sleep. But I don't know. I really appreciate it. Appreciate being back. Appreciate not being sick. And thank you for taking care of me, even though I thrashed you on the podcast when you were sick.
I talk all types. I didn't bring up her being sick. She brought it up twice. I didn't bring it up.
I know. It's just my throat still hurts. But I don't know. I think this was a good one. Nobody cried. You didn't cry.
I was just erasing the whole episode. She's going through the whole episode.
No. I think we got some good footage.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, we're good. All right, thank you for watching another episode.
Did you have any last things?
Oh, do I have any last words?
Any last words for your last week?
Hey, Brad, I thought it was a good topic, okay?
It was.
It didn't have to be all
I'm only joking.
Down in it. Okay. Any last words? Nope. I'll just, I thought it was a good episode. I thought it was a good, topic just to kind of, delve deep into who we are.
Makes you really think about what's important in life. It really does. That
part. Okay, thank you for watching. Listen to another episode of Taking the Staige, and we'll see y'all soon.
See you next time. Bye.
Have a good one.
Hey, podcasters. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. You can also listen to our audio podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Have a good one.